Assalamu alaikum. Thank you everybody for coming today. We will have some discussion about special needs trust, able account, first party, third party trust, and a few other financial concerns we have about special need kids. We will go through the presentation as fast as possible, and also we will try to have all the questions at the end. Inshallah. Again, thank you so much for everybody to joining us and giving us your time. We'll start. My name is Yasser Zia. I'm president of Freedom Path Financial. We do Islamic estate planning, do Sharia compliance, comprehensive estate planning for Muslims. And this is very important topic concerning a lot of Muslim families with special need kids. How can we prepare without losing any government benefits and without jeopardizing any of the care? Small legal disclaimer, I'm a financial planner. I have attorneys working with me, and this is just an information-based discussion. And inshallah, if you want to have legal advice, take it as information. For legal advice, it's better to have proper consultation. And second thing is, if you have a personal question which could leave any of your personal information, we will suggest you to have a call instead of going into the community session. Today, we're going to talk about special need trust, maximum limits, asset and money we can have, how to maximize government benefit, able account, why it is crucial to have a proper financial planning for kids. When you're considering a child with a disability, we have to plan with immediate, short-term, and long-term cares. So to plan for their longevity as well as all the other necessities we have to take care of. So a few things we're gonna be working on is long-term care support. Individual with the special needs may require long life support and care, setting a financial plan, help ensure that they have necessary resources and for medical treatments, therapies, and day-to-day assistance. And most important is aspect of financial planning is quality of life. Without having a proper planning, it's very hard to provide a great care and great quality of life that our kids need. Legal protection, this is also very crucial that if we don't have a proper planning to execute and have a proper legal structure done in the trust, multiple trusts, able account, we can also eventually lose our benefits or potentially lose in a federal or state benefits. Again, preserving government benefit, peace of mind that we have, forgot anything happened to any of us, our children are taken care of. To me, wealth, the biggest asset I have, the most important wealth Allah gave me is my children. And I will do whatever I have to do in my life to protect them and cure them. So if forgot anything happened to me, they are taken care of and they have all the financial means and a roadmap for somebody who's taking care as a trustee to handle them. Peace of mind, empowerment, and independence. Financial plan can also provide families with special needs full empowerment and independence that they can handle their financial affairs and they can do whatever they want to do. Customized solution. So that's one thing that we want to do. Every family situation is a little bit different. There's a different size of family. There's a different structure. So we definitely want to have planning that basically every family has to have their own customized tailor plan that we have to do. Family dynamics, again, legacy planning that we have to plan our legacy that how, when, what, how we're going to be able to utilize and what we're going to be doing, inshallah. A few challenges that special kids needs faced by the special kid. Number one is the medical expenses, ongoing medical care, therapies, meditations, medical, and all the other costs. Assistive technologies like wheelchairs, hearing aids, and all the other communication tools often are very expensive that had to be taken care of. Care services, professional caregiver, specialized educational programs. Also, every day they're getting expensive and expensive. Emergency expenses, expected changes to the health circumstances, and any other require additional financial resources. Financial tools and resources that are available. Number one is special needs trust. It's a legal entity, legal arrangement done that basically you can have assets in there, controlled in there without jeopardizing any of the eligibility for government benefits. Government benefits such as SSI, Social Security Supplement Income, Medicaid, and few other benefits are available. ABLE account, we will talk a little bit about ABLE account. It's a tax advantage saving account for the individuals with disabilities. And also another way we're going to talk about is a life insurance to ensure a financial security for the loved ones. For if you don't have sufficient assets, this is one aspect that we're going to dig deep. We're not going to talk about like issues like going into the debate of haram, halal, or whatever, but our as a financial information base, my goal is to provide all the necessary resources there for the families to make their own decision. Special needs trust. What is a special need trust? It's a legal entity. It's a established arrangement designed to protect assets for the person who's disabled and preserving their eligibility for the crucial benefits. A special needs trust in Islamic point of view, it's a form of waqf that it is irrevocable once it's set up. The grantor does not have any rights to change it. Beneficiary is only one person, it's a one trust per kid, and it has its own tax ID number, and you can set up its own bank accounts number. Okay. A special need trust specialized for trust allows families to provide financial needs for their loved ones with disabilities without jeopardizing their eligibility for the government assisted programs such as SSI, Medicaid, and other programs. The primary objective of special need trust is to enhance the quality of the life for the person with disabilities by supplementing government benefits. Rather than replacing them entirely, it allows the trust assets to be utilized to cover additional expenses, services that are not provided by public assistance program, including education, recreational activities, and all the other special therapies and medical treatment. Establishing a special need trust involve a careful planning and adherence to legal requirement to ensure effectiveness and compliance. And this information guide the special needs scenarios and all the key considerations. What other scenarios we're going to examine? What is the maximum limit of assets and money a person can have without jeopardizing, especially for kids? So basically, if you are planning on having government benefit, the importance of government benefit for special kids is very huge. No matter how much, what amount of money you have, these are sustainable and continues for the longevity and for the life of the kids. So for example, SSI payment will be about $900 some a month, which is equivalent to $10,000 a year, a little over. And in 10 years, it's almost $100,000 of payment that's coming to kids. That's just one option. And also there's Medicaid, there's a CHIP program, there's a couple other programs that are there that need to be funded. So our goal should be that we should protect our assets. We should have all the assets, and assets should be protected, and in the way that they're not jeopardizing any of the benefits from the government and the state, federal and state level. Okay, why should we consider a special need trust? One of the crucial strategies that families should consider is a financial planning. Establishing a special need trust provides a powerful decision to create a special need trust. Basically, is understanding individual that disability often relies on a government again. Again, it's just diving deep into a lot of questions why a special need trust need to be there. So we will go through a little more questions after that. A properly structured special need trust addresses the challenges by the families to provide supplement financial support to their loved ones with disabilities while preserving eligibility for the vital government. So preservation of government benefit, asset protection, supplemental support, long-term financial planning. These are some of the topics that basically it covers. So again, crucial, I cannot emphasize enough to have a system set up that your government benefits are not jeopardized. Okay, so how does that help? Like, how does the special need trust protect the government benefit? Number one, so when you set it up a special needs trust, right now the limit to put in your child's account is $2,000. If you have more than $2,000 in your child's account, their Social Security and Medicaid could be suspended. So in order to qualify, they have to have less. They cannot exceed more than $2,000 in their personal account. And there was a question sent by sister that what accounts can we have? So I will give some more information, but limit on their personal account is $2,000 on individual. And if there's a husband and wife or couple with the disabilities, maximum amount they can have on their personal name is $3,000. Again, supplemental sport designed to supplement all the sports. Trustees oversight. So when you consider special needs trust, we have to focus on few things. Number one, we have to find a trustee who's capable, who can handle it, who can go through it, all the scenarios to protect our children, and can help them without getting agonizing or without leaving them in a situation that they cannot help them. This is one of the most important step on the trustees. We have a scenario that father set it up a trust for his kid and had one of his 40 years old the trustee passed away before anything could happen. So they have to reorganize everything, and they have to reassess and allocate and find a new trustee for that. Legal compliance special needs trusts must be adhere in specific language required by the effectiveness of preserving the government benefits. So special need trusts have a specific language that is designed to protect the benefit as well as protecting the total assets in there. There's three types of special need trust. Number one is a first party special need trust. What is a first party special need trust? For example, if a parent have a kid named Muhammad need to have a special need trust, and we set it up a first party special need trust under his name. He's a beneficiary. He's the only beneficiary. The asset could be in there. There's no limit to put the assets in there, but those assets are only for benefit of Muhammad. Let's say anything happened to him and the assets are still there. So the government can come and they can say that we have paid Medicaid, we have paid this. We want your trust to pay us back. So they can come and they can claim on the first party trust. Third party trust is a combination of third party supplement trust and living revocable trust. So for example, a family have 5 kids and one of the kid, for God's sake, have a special needs situation. So they cannot send everything to the first party trust. They have to set it up a separate trust. There's two reasons for that. Number one, they do not want to have all the assets in there. So if, for God's sake, the kid passed away before any of the other kids, the money goes to the government. They want to have a system set up. So if, for God's sake, anything happened to the kid with the special needs, the asset will be reallocated to other children. And then there's a pooled special need trust. So there's organizations, I don't know if Mohsen does it, but there's a lot of organizations, they collectively bring in all the kids and all the families, and then they have a pool of money, and they will hire professionals to invest that money and handle those assets. The benefit of that is, number one, the benefit could be larger. Second, some families only have one kid with the special needs, and once they allocate their funds, they do not want to take it back, and they want to help other kids. So if, for example, one person have a kid and they run out of money and they are in a pooled special need trust, organizations usually do not kick them out. They keep them in and they use other people's money to help them and take care of it. Second benefit of pools special need trust is organized or specialized trustee services. We work with Amana Mutual. They are really good. Then Wahid is there as an Islamic point of view for the trustee services. The problem sometimes they are very expensive. For example, Amana charge minimum $1,000 a year. That's if there's no asset under the trust. If there's assets under the trust, they will charge about 1.25% of those assets to manage and handle. But the benefit of having them is they are professional trustees and they know what they're doing, and they have a service to continue. So if one person move away, the organization or their corporation will keep on taking care of the kids. Okay, so setting up a trust, what we need to do. Number one is assessing the beneficiary need. Number one, that's is very important to figure out what is the requirement, what is the age of kid, how long we have to provide, and how much monthly income we have to provide for him. And that's for two things. Number one, in your lifetime, and also you have to plan for long term that if your kid is living without you being there, how they're going to take care of it, how they're going to fund, how the funding is going to be happening for them. Professionals, we are here to serve you. You don't have to choose us. You can utilize any of the professional services, but it's very advisable to work with the financial planners as well as attorneys to draft a proper plan for your family, and that tailor is basically comprehensive and tailor fit to your family's need, instead of having a cookie cutter plan that you can download or just create your own. As for at this point, we are here. I'm a financial planner and we have attorneys on board. So we basically have a one-stop shop that we can bring all the resources together to protect our clients and families, and we can basically serve them. We've been doing these services for the estate planning since 2011. Okay, the trust, when we're choosing the trust, then we have to decide which one we are choosing. Number one, first party, third party. It's a personal scenario, an individual scenario for each family to deal with. So basically, if the family have a large amount of assets, and then we probably have to set up the comprehensive plan to set up their estate planning trust, which is revocable, and then also have a first party trust that could be beneficiary of the initial trust to be there, and also set up an ABLE account. Then we have to draft the document, choose a trustee, then we have to fund a trust. Funding a trust means basically we're transferring assets into the trust that for living revocable trust, we can transfer the house, we can transfer bank accounts, cash, insurance, 401ks, anything that we have, it will go into the trust and trust will own it. And for us, I don't know about anybody else, but we do yearly meeting with our clients. That's mandatory to meet and figure out if there's any requirements, anything need to update. If there's anything need to be updated, we can update it. If not, then we just follow everything. This is one of the topic that I talked about earlier. A few ways to fund the trust. One of the ways a life insurance. The reason I'm saying life insurance, that if husband and wife only have a house, only have 3-4 different kids, and don't have a lot of resources to take care of the kids, or they have resources and they want to utilize those resources to other kids and do not know how long those resources going to last, life insurance is one of the very cost-effective tools can be bought on parent that can fund children's special need trust for his longevity. So it provides guaranteed source of funds upon the policyholder's death, can be relatively affordable depending on type of policy. Premium payment must be maintained and may not provide sufficient funds. So we have to, when we plan, we have to basically look at the planning that, all right, if anything happened, we're going to take this plan. We have to create a proper planning that if there's $1 million coming from a life insurance, how we're going to utilize and what is the best possible strategies to take care of the kid without jeopardizing all their money. Stocks, bonds, all those 401ks and everything, we can potential growth, diversification, but it is subject to market fluctuation. And also you need to have a person who's a savvy investor to manage that. A retirement account, if you have a tax deferred, there's a few different scenarios or annuities or something that you can set it up that can fund them. Real estate, a long-term appreciation. Number one on this topic on real estate, do not ever put any real estate on special needs kids' name directly. And also like your other kids, don't do it on any kid, but especially for the special needs kid, because if they have a property, number one, they have to have a funding to take care of it. Second, they will lose a lot of benefits from the government side. And basically, when we plan for the funding, So a few things we have to consider: what is the level of risk we are willing to take, return on investment, tax consideration, liquidity need. So maybe we need to use more than one financial planning tool to assess that. Okay, the most important topic that I've been just keep on bringing up: choosing a trustee with a heart of gold. So as you being a parent, it is time consuming and it is kind of difficult to take care of the kids with disabilities. So just imagine if somebody is there out of the family or in the family, they have to take care of those kids properly. So this is very crucial whenever you decide. Maybe I was just thinking another scenarios that mashallah Muslim is there, so why don't the Muslim families with a special need kid volunteer their services to other families that they need? So they can they know the scenario, they already have kids, so they can be a group of friends. They can come up and they say, if anything happened to me, please take care of my kid, and if anything happened to you, I will be the trustee and I can take care of your kid. So that could be also very beneficial from this point of view. The reason for that is that if you don't do that and for God's anything happen and the kids are on the foster system, they do not have a requirement to keep the kids under Islamic environment. The foster system is just there to put the kids under the umbrella of some house. So technically, our goal is our kids need to be as a Muslim and they need to be taken care of. So what better option could be that Muslim families can volunteer their services or be a friendly that if anything happened to me, I can help you and you can help me, vice versa. So every year we have a meeting just to confirm that everything, all the requirements and everything is accordingly with the rules, rights and regulations of the state we are presiding as well as the federal. The trust, few things: making distributions and managing a trust. So managing is you just keep on records. You have to keep all the details because for the tax point of view, and whatever distribution you make, you have to figure out a way that is there. Again, the reason I will suggest that having a two different trust, to have majority of a trust in the main trust, which is a revocable trust for the family. So and then first for the special need trust for the first party are the beneficiary of that trust. So the only benefits are going there to maximum to take care of the person. And there's a multi-way to set it up. A few questions on these. Can trust be used for education? Yes. What happens if a first party special need trust after beneficiary passes away? Remaining goes to the government Medicaid or medical benefits. So whatever amount is there is basically for governments. They're not paying back to anybody. Are there annual reporting requirement? Yes, every state have a different scenario, but federal reporting requirement must be taken care of. Can family member contribute to the third party special need trust? Family members can absolutely do that. It is very beneficial. Can the beneficiary be their own trustee? No. In your special need trust, you need to have a specialized trustee or the trustee services or your friends. Can special need trust buy a house for the beneficiary? Yes, it can buy. And there's a way to handle it because the beneficiary, the trust cannot provide for the food and shelter. So what it does that you can set it up a plan, a language that trust can be the lender, but the special need kid or the person with disability have to utilize their government benefits to pay back for the rent for that house they're living in or taken care of. Okay, able account. So remember we talk about the limit for personal account, personal total asset to hold in somebody's name without jeopardizing a government benefits, 2,000. So there's a different thing. Everybody heard about 529. It's a tax deferred plan. Similar to that, government launched able account, which stand for achieving a better life experience. And it is a tax advantage account for the individuals with disabilities. A small piggy bank that you can put the monies in there and utilize it without having to go through the trustees. So a couple scenarios like the limit for the ABLE account is $100,000. If your limit goes above $100,000, your Social Security and Medicaid will be suspended until the limit comes down. So the benefit is, let's say you have a 40, whatever money or whatever contribution you're doing, maximum contribution is $15,000 per year, 15 to 16,000 right now. So that can be contributed into ABLE account per year. The total limit, it should not exceed $100,000. So if the money you are taking care of your kid, if you set it up an ABLE account and use that to take care of him, it's much better. Assets under the trust need to have a trustees supervision and taken care of. So instead of going through there, you can also use the ABLE account as the first step. Second step is a special need trust, and third step is third party, which is the living revocable trust. Basically, for Maryland, the disability must occur before age of 26 to be qualified and entitled to benefit for disability. Tax benefits, ABLE account in Maryland, you can say that it's income tax earning withdrawal as long as they use for qualified disability expenses. Maximum limit is $100,000. People use a fund need to pay education, housing, and maybe medical expenses. ABLE account funds can be used for assorted of qualified disability expenses. Again, the government benefit for the few strategies on that. Available benefits are Social Security supplement, which is primary Medicaid. If you income level, Medicaid, basically every state have their own system, and CHIP program for the people who do not qualify for Medicaid. All right, Social Security income. Supplement Social Security income, SSI, a federal program that provides monthly cash benefit to individuals with disabilities, limited income and resources. A child must be qualified disability and meet income resources requirement. Application you can apply through ss.gov. Medicaid, a state administrator a health insurance program for low-income individuals, including those with disabilities. Eligibility varies by the state, typically based on the income, resource, and severity of the disability. And healthcare.gov have the main website, but every state have their own different sources. Social Security disability insurance provide monthly cash benefit for disabled individuals with a sufficient work and history. So if somebody is adult and they are disabled, then they will claim for disability insurance. Again, you can apply from ss.gov. Some state specific program, additional to all these federal. So Department of Human Health and Human Services is the best one to give you benefit or information on those resources. Planning, how to maximize them. So utilizing a tax credit for deductions for such as child dependent care, medical expenses deductions to reduce your taxable income and increase the eligibility for the government benefit. Consider investing into a tax advantage account like ABLE account or 529 for your children's future. Financial management, work with a financial planner to experience a special needs planning. So again, this is bringing back, I went on this topic that what is maximum, what is the limit to still qualify for the benefits for the government. So parent special needs often rely on a government planning. So Medicaid is $2,000 for individual and $3,000 for the couple. SSI is $2,000 for individual and $3,000 for a couple. Exempt assets from Medicaid is certain assets such as primary residence, one vehicle, and household items, generally exempt from asset limit calculation. Limit vary by state to state. Under Social Security, exempt are same option as Medicaid. Income limits, monthly income limits vary based on the living arrangements and other factors. Special need trust, ABLE account, gifting assets, and consulting. A few questions on this topic. So, will inheritance affect my child's eligibility for the government benefit? Yes, depending on how you structured it. So if a kid is receiving a large sum and it's just going directly under their name, definitely. You have to properly structure the inheritance plan for them to still qualify. How often should I review my child's asset and financial situations? We basically advise that every year we should have a meeting, or you should at least sit down and figure out that if everything is okay or anything need to be changed. Can I save money for child's future without jeopardizing benefit? Yes. Able account is one of them, special needs trust, and the third party trust are the vehicles. Nice. I'm done. And this is my contact information. This is my websites. And my phone number is there. Main website is Islamic Wills and Trust, where we provide a little more information about Islamic state planning, and fp.financial for the financial planning. Few questions I did have sister send us. I will go through those. What account do we need to create for them? We talk about able account. What plan do we have? So plans do we have? So we have to create a plan for the special need trust and the other, depending on each individual. What can we do with the long term of our special needs kid, financial aspects? So properly funding and working with them. How to add mortgage properties to the trust. So you can add mortgage property to living revocable trust without any issues, but you cannot do that with the special needs trust.
I have a question.
Sure. Just give me 1 second, sister. Let me go through this and then I can,
Okay.
yeah. One, can I leave? Okay, so it says I have 2 sons, one with disabilities and other typical development. Can I leave all of my gold gift from my parents and other brought with my own earned money to my son with the disabilities? He will always require consistent care since his needs are greater. So non-Islamic point of view, yes, you can. Islamic point of view, there's 2 things. Number one, you cannot basically disown other kid, or you cannot give them less because they are okay. But if those kids, they are agree, they are adult, or they are sensible, and they say that our brother and sister need more care and we are willing to let go our benefit, our rightful inheritance to take care of them, definitely. You can also give a gift to anybody that you want and to whatever amount you want in your lifetime. Just keep in mind that do not have issue of unfair advantage to one kid over another kid. Just be fair with all those kids. How to financially prepare for the child's special need ATMA account, a house under their name. Absolutely do never put a house under the kid's name. ATMA account could be beneficial sometime, but again, it's better to have a able account and then have a layer of a trust to take care of those assets. How can they collect rent? So when the house is under the trust, then the trust will collect the rent. Who take care of my trust once I die? I am a single parent for special needs daughter. So again, you can hire the professional services, but also I was just thinking of it that such an organization like Mosen and majority of these families have a special need kids. One of the beneficial and cost effectively, it is better that we can volunteer as a Muslim to other Muslim families to take care of their kids. Okay, special need trust and will. So when you create a trust, living revocable trust, then definitely it does come with a will. Put everything, it's called pour will. And for kids with the special needs, you have to have a couple other documents called advanced medical directive to take care of them, and who's going to be medical proxy, letter of intent, telling them what to do and how to do it. Also, the asset structure. So 3 ways I will suggest if you are okay. One is just to have an able account if you do not have large amount of assets. Do not exceed more than $100,000 in there. Maximum you can put it in there for $15,000 to $16,000 a year. Able account should be there, your day-to-day use, easy accessibility, easy cash conversion. Second layer is a first party special need trust. that could be beneficiary of your original trust, or put enough assets there so they cover medical needs and taking day-to-day care for your child, but do not over exceed. So do not put everything in there that for God's sake anything happened to kid, that asset goes to the government. And the third layer is when you come into more comprehensive, is having set up a trust, revocable trust for the family, which have special need trust as a beneficiary of that trust for the special kid, and also have in the revocable trust, you guide your trustees to have sub-children sub-trust under there, so each child have their own trust to taken care of their assets. Go ahead, sister. Who came first?
So I have a question. I already put it there. It's too much information. It's really like confusing too, like able account and special need trust, and how do they work together. I'm a single parent right now, and I have only one son. He has intellectual disabilities. He's pretty much okay, but he cannot take care of. I have only one house here and one in Pakistan. And isn't it legal, or whatever I have it will automatically go to my son when I die?
I think, sister, let me hold you there. I think you did not listen to a few of the things crucial things we talk about. My whole half an hour, I've been talking about do not put anything to your son's name or your children's
Yeah,
name.
I understand that. But
yeah,
so let's see that we don't have trust. We don't have able.
So then, if you don't have anything, so that's what I've been saying, that if you put everything under your son's name, that's the only thing he's surviving on. He's not getting any of the government benefits. Okay. And the information is there. I have to provide all those open sources. So that's why we say that in the beginning, if every family have a different situation. So we suggest that it's a complimentary, we don't charge any fees for consultation. So
yeah,
your family have a different scenario than my family.
Yes,
and
of course.
Maybe some of these information work for you, maybe none of these information work for you. But
Exactly.
until we know what you need and how can we help you, we cannot create a plan for you.
Yes, definitely. So I'm looking forward that if you can share these PowerPoints or something, because I don't know, it will be automatically sent to our email, like your contact and your attorneys and everything.
My contact information is right there.
Yeah, but I'm not taking picture of it. Will you be able to share with us?
Yeah, I can share with Sister Mona, and she can give you all the information there.
And the other thing is that I'm in New Jersey. I just got it. Somebody shared this group, and I have been asking on Mohsin WhatsApp group that is there any same kind of group is working, or your attorneys are also working in New Jersey, so that I can be in touch with them, or you recommend anybody?
We do have some attorneys from New Jersey as well, and I can. I have to consult with them because they usually work on the revocable trust for the asset base. But let me confirm. So again, some of the questions like the assets and everything, it's better to ask those questions individually. So I don't want to be liable that you disclose my information in front of everybody. So the housing, that's why. This information will be, Sister Mona will have the recording, and she can share with you. It's better to have a one-on-one consultation that we can maybe dig deep and help you. If we can't, then we will also tell you that what's the best thing we can do for you. And if we can help you, then we can possibly find somebody who can help you.
Yeah, that will be awesome. Thank you so much. I was looking for this, then I will further move on.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, next question.
I'm okay. I'm done. Once I get the information from
you are done. You are done. Next person, please.
Okay, next person.
Brother, yes, sir. I think we have a few in the chat box.
Sister, let me see. Yes, there's a chat box. Yes. Thank you for invite. Okay, so trust managed by RC, Northern Virginia. What type of trust is? Okay, kindly share the recording. Does Virginia have able? So Virginia does have an able account. Every state have an able account. It's a federal constitution, so every state have able account to set it up. I think the question was, I don't have a trust or will. What happened to my property? Okay, so if you do not have a trust or will, then state still it will go through the probate, and then the state decide what happened to your family, your assets, your property. and who gets it. So if your wife advise, if anything happened to you and she's there, she will have to prove that she's your wife, and the process is minimum 3 months to about 2 years to have a probate process completed. They will choose the grantor, they will choose the the executor for your family. Okay, and I
I had a
think
follow up on that.
yes, brother.
So would the government be able to force me, or not me, I'm dead already. Would the government be able to force my disabled child necessarily inherit my assets, or can he be exempted from it? So my sister would get it, for example, if she claims. Can that happen, or would the
No,
government insist
you
that my child would have it?
in American law, your sister is not your beneficiary. You
Then
have
who?
to you have to declare, in your will or trust that whoever is going to receive your benefits, right? So if, for example, just to your scenario, for God say anything happened to you, I don't know your family structure. Your wife and your kids are the beneficiary of your asset. Your wife is getting everything, and then if for God say anything happened to both of you, then your kids gonna get equally shares, whatever their share comes up, and they will be distributed to them. And the government does not have to put them in a trust. They do not care. They just want to put it out, send it out, and just taken care of.
So if I don't have a wife, divorced, so the two children, one is a special needs, one is not. Would the government force that? Would the government insist that both of my children get my assets divided equally?
Yes.
Or
So that's the only way they're gonna, once their relationship is proved in the process, and if there's any claims against your property, any creditors coming to, first of all, the probate process, the way that works, they will, for God's anything happen, they will, when the probate starts, they put out a disclaimer that whatever, if anybody owes, if I owe any money to anybody, they can claim against my property. So once that done, then the taxes and everything will be taken care of. Then they will hire an executor who will go and assess my property. Whatever the value he assess, the taxation will be paid upon that. And once you die, you have 9 months to pay the taxes state. So once everything is taken care of, whatever is left, that will be given to your beneficiary. Then beneficiaries have to come and they say that, yeah, we are so and so. So you have 2 children, 2 kids, and they are the beneficiaries. So they will prove and they will get equal shares into their own name. And if that is canceling any of the benefits from the government, state, and federal side, there's no way to stopping government to just give them directly to them their name, unless you create a trust and unless you create proper documentations for them to possess those assets.
okay, Jazakallah khair.
Thank you. Next
So
verse.
I'm sorry, Brother Yusuf. Following up on Brother Hassan's question. So for example, God forbid he passes away, his 2 sons inherit his money. Can the non-disabled child, if he's an adult at that time, make a trust for his disabled brother and put all that money in there so that it could preserve or save him from losing the state funding?
So basically what happens if state knows, sister, like if a person have 2 sons, one is Adam and one is Muhammad, then let's say they both get their shares, and Adam is on benefits. He's already beneficiary. He's already got the money. He's already declared, and the government knows that he already got the money. The goal of this special need trust is to put a barrier, basically between information who have the money, like for example, government knowing that he has the money, so they do not stop the benefits, Social Security and Medicaid. So the trust is there. If the trust receives the benefits, trust is its own entity. It has its own tax ID number. So that does not block it. Basically, even though Adam is a beneficiary of the trust, he only receives whatever amount allocated to him. But the trust should be there to basically buffer zone between the inheritance and by himself, because once everything is under your name and it goes in your bank account, all the flags goes up, and your Medicaid, your Social Security, everything, as everybody know that government love to stop the benefits. Hope that answered your question.
Yes, so basically it's important for families to have that special needs trust
Absolutely.
document, and then in their will state that my disabled child's inheritance portion will go into that trust. Is that how it's done?
Absolutely. So basically in American law, they don't care who you give anything and whatever portions you give. So let's say, one son, one son is disabled. So you will say that Muhammad, who's physically fit, he's getting his share directly to him. And the other kids, instead of putting kid's name, you put his basically special need trust as a beneficiary of those amount of assets. So instead of putting the full name and then giving so-and-so benefits are going to this trust, you just put the trust name and put the benefits in there.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Next person, any questions?
Another question. So what's the approximate cost or range of cost for this?
Brother, on this one, we have to do the individual sessions, because documents start from $200, some goes all the way to $10,000, depending on the assets, depending on the situations, what we have to do, what are the scenario. That's why there's no charge for the initial consultation to figure out if we can help you. If not, until we know what we are doing and what documents we have to create, we cannot give you open-ended cost.
Okay, so minimum you're saying $200.
Yeah, so like advanced medical directive, we charge $250 to set it up. All the way to we charge, depending on the scenario, we have multiple trust setup, multiple corporation setup, but depending on the huge, we have charge up to $20,000 fees to the client. So I don't know which one, which scenario, where are you? So it's better to do individual meetings before we give you proper structure.
Alhamdulillah, the presentation was very well done. Thank you so much. I think you gave a lot of information in the presentation that it covered a lot of our questions. I do see something from Nazia in the chat box.
Okay, Nazia for April. Okay, Able count recommend. No, sister, on transfer. So Able account is like 529. You don't transfer funds from 529 to Able account. 529 account is set up for the education purposes. Able account is set up for all the other requirement and medical needs. That's very helpful. Thank you. Okay. So hopefully that for Sister Nazia, hopefully that answered your question.
Question.
Yes, brother.
So and I'm sorry if you mentioned this before, that you
problem.
have the special needs trust set up. Then if the child dies, what happens? Is there a way for the other child or other relatives to inherit those assets?
Absolutely no, because your child is getting benefit from government, and government say we have been providing benefit for so many years, and whatever is money left in the special need trust for the child, that belongs to government. That's why when we are structuring, you structure two different trusts and an Able account to properly serve the kids. And the only beneficiary in the special need trust is a kid with the disability. Nobody else can inherit from that account.
But there's a way around. You said that to set up two trusts. Is that the way around?
So that's when you set it up a two trust, which is a primary. So for example, your scenario, you have two kids. You set up your estate planning, you set up your living revocable trust that is distributing your assets. So number one is going to avoid probate because you're transferring your assets into your living revocable trust. Then what's going to be happening? Let's say your son A receives their shares, son B's shares going to go into. So basically, is both of your children are minor, or anybody adult?
Minor, but
okay.
In case they become adults.
So right now we are talking about today's date. So let's say there's going to be two sub-trusts under your main trust. Number one sub-trust is basically ordinary sub-trust. So let's say you have a house worth $1 million and distributed into two different kids, the 500,000 and 500,000. The 500,000 for son who does not have disability will go into his trust, which is a regular trust and does not have to be the special needs, and he can handle as inheritance. For your special needs, we set it up a special need trust for your special need kid. That will be the beneficiary of your other benefits. So the assets, there's two ways to disperse. You can say you can put a language in your main trust that don't put all $500,000 into the sub trust. Just put every year, put out $50,000 or $100,000. Or for certain many years. So the benefit of that is in your main trust, you can have your other son as a beneficiary for the leftover money. For God say anything happened to your son with the special needs and he's no more. So the only money at jeopardy is whatever is under his special needs trust. Your main trust still hold the benefits. Let's say from $500,000, $300,000 are still there. That money can be reallocated to your other son who does not have any disabilities. Instead, if you disperse everything to special need trust, then and upon the death of that kid, all that money belong to government.
Okay, sounds like I need a consultation. I have to wrap my head around
Brother, this is a very crucial topic. State planning by itself is very crucial in Islam. And when you read Surah Nisa, Ayah 6, Allah says that do not entrust your wealth with young children or mentally incapable. Put them in a certain way and hire somebody or put somebody in charge of that wealth. And if you have to pay them, pay them. But the reason you don't put everything into a child's name or the person with the mental issues, handicap, inability, that they do not lose or they do not waste your assets. So not just your children with a disability, any children who does not have any financial guidance or financial know-how how to handle their assets.
Thank you, appreciate that. And Barakallahu Feekum. And what's the best way? So I see 3 ways to contact you. What's the best way to get an appointment?
Yeah, so you can call number and we will have appointment set up. But the best option is when you visit any of the website and you can just schedule based on your availability and my availability, and that will be the best possible option.
Website. Okay, thank you.
Okay, I had one important question. What age can they begin to receive government benefit? That is a very crucial because sister, it depends on your situation. Some can go very early, but your situation on your personal assets and personal based on your personal situations, we can give you exactly number one, which state are you? I don't know, where are you? Second, need to see like your asset level to figure out when the kid's gonna start receiving their benefit. All right. So I was 22 when my father passed away in the US. And being from, as I say, that from Pakistan, and without any resources, without any knowledge, my mother did not know any information for how to survive and anything, and she never worked. So I went through the whole scenario of going through every single benefit, applying for benefits and everything. Question came, so we do have office in Virginia, Fairfax, and is your website listed a Virginia address? Are you able to work with? Yes, we do work with Virginia, and we do have office there as well. So I made, when I came to financial scenario after the death of my father, it was my goal to learn and educate our community. They should have a necessary education to prepare themselves and prepare their families. All right, and the question came that do we only do special needs trust or we create regular trust? Sister, we are specialized in a regular trust. Special need trust is there we offer because more and more people are coming up with these scenarios and situation. But we offer full comprehensive Islamic state planning with the revocable and irrevocable, even charitable remainder trust, as well as a planned giving for charities and the special need trust. Brother Hassan, so when you go on any of my website, Islamic Wills and Trust, will be better option. Just go on islamicwillsandtrust.com, or you can Google Islamic Wills and Trust Services. You can schedule anytime that best suits you.
Jazakallah khair, brother. This was very informative. I have been looking into this for so long, and I really wanted somebody with an Islamic background. We do have multiple businesses, and I wanted to make sure that, my child with the special needs, along with the ones without the special needs, will have a plan. And although I had an initial plan, but with your presentation today, I was able to look at things with a different perspective, especially that my special needs child will be 18 next year. And I just wanted to know, if there's anything, of course, we really need to revisit, the will and the trust, but having a child who's going to be an adult pretty soon, is there anything that you would advise us? I know on the legal part, parents with special needs would have to go through the legal guardianship, and this would be a totally different process. But is there anything that you would like to share with us, especially for those parents who have children with special needs who are going to be adults pretty soon? Thank you. Jazakallah khair.
Jazakallah, sister. Wonderful question, and thank you so much. Really made me happy that I was able to give some information and provide you some knowledge. So basically, when your child is, mashallah, turning 18, you still need to have a proper planning for that. So there's a few things. Number one, he's gonna be, is he working? Does he ever work or no? Or
no, not yet. She's 17 and she's a girl.
I'm sorry. So is she planning to work or no?
Yes, according to her IEP and her plans, she's supposed to be starting actually work this summer, to be on a plan for her to be, out in the workforce.
Okay, mashallah. Basically, the reason I ask you that is, first of all, may Allah bless her, and may Allah, cure her whatever cure Allah can give her, and give her the best possible life. Second, when she goes into the work, and she can also build upon disability income in Social Security. So benefit point of view, I hope that you haven't put so many assets under her name. So have you ever applied for Social Security supplements and Medicaid? Medicaid, you can't qualify for Medicaid, but Social Security supplement, have you applied for?
So we have applied, and we got refused, and we haven't put any of the assets or anything under her name.
Yeah,
but as she has private insurance as of now.
Okay. Do not, and are you in Maryland or Virginia?
Maryland.
Okay. So did you, basically with the Social Security, you can't just, stop pushing them. What was that refusal? What did they say that why they're refusing? Did they say
I think just because of the income, we're not in the bracket.
Not in the bracket, but that should not stop there. But I think let's talk on one-on-one on that, because I have some resources that can actually guide us more into the Social Security, and I can figure out the best possible way to apply and get an approval. And your asset under your name and your husband's name, are they already in the trust?
Yes.
Okay.
So, brother, do I have to do something with the Social Security and like for disability benefits before she would turn 18? I think, me and my husband's concept was like, okay, if we can, afford this for her and the government is not helping, so it's okay as of this moment. I think it will be alarming when she will be an adult and she's on her own, so that's why when she was like younger, like I see other parents trying to, and I know all the parents with special needs here, in this meeting, they know about this. Like if you're trying to do like music therapy or maybe hippotherapy or any of those kind of things, they sometimes, some parents would claim it, through the SSI, and it would be paid. But if you can afford it, you can afford it. So I think our concept was like, if we can afford it, so let's afford it. Help other parents with, kids with special needs. It's not an issue as of now, but moving forward as an adult, and I know this is going to be coming very soon for all the parents who have children with special needs. I mean, what would you advise us to do?
Sister, on that scenario, may Allah bless you with the more wealth, continuous wealth. But the scenario with the government benefit for the number one, disability, she have to earn the credits when she works there, right, on the job, and she's earning an income. No matter slowly, she will have the accumulation, and then the Social Security will figure out on the disability on the certain level that for God's sake anything happen and she cannot perform any of the duties, and then she will file the disability claim. Right now, we are talking about if you don't not basically, I don't know if you apply for the disability or you apply for the supplemental benefits from the Social Security. So if you right now, she will qualify for the supplementals benefit, not the disability benefit from Social Security. Because she does not have any earned income, or she doesn't have any earned credit for the Social Security for them to pay her any disability income.
Okay.
And then we can also figure out, like on the supplemental side, that what is the requirement for in your specific scenario, and what is the best way to go for it.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
No problem. Okay, so I actually, anything we're applying for the special needs on government services such as medical center. If applying for the special needs son, we will determining the factor the service before and after turning 18. So basically, after turning 18, he's independent. Your son is independent. I'm answering to one of the questions. Sister, so when he's under the American law, your assets are your assets until he's inherited, it's not his. When he's 18, he's on his own. And if he doesn't have any income, he have to apply for those scenarios for the Social Security income and Medicaid. A new message. And before is basically they will consider because he's under your dependent. So as a dependent, they will calculate your income and everything. Thank you.
Brother, yes, sir. When people do the group special needs trust, I don't remember the exact name of it.
Pooled.
And what's it called? I'm sorry.
It's called pooled special need trust. So basically, group everybody's pulling together to form it. Yes.
Oh, thank you for the name. So if people decide to do the pooled special needs trust and the individual, like let's say I have a child and I put together with other families and my child passes away, yes. Does the money go to the government or does it continue to stay in the pool?
So it stays in the pool. So when the organization set it up a pool, they own the money. And usually, let's say if there's only one kid, and for example, if we are using Amana Mutuals to set up the organized funding and taking care of everything, they will say that on documentation that when we are taking care of your son, we guarantee that if he run out of money, we will use money to take care of him. We will not stop caring for him. But for that, when you deposit, let's say you deposit $100,000 into account, or they are managing $1 million, their requirement is, let's say if anything happened to your son in a half of the way and there's still 50,000, that money goes to them. They can use the money for their services and to fund, take care of other kids who do not have it or they run out of money.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. To advise family with multiple children to set up third party or both. Sister, it's a different situation. So the third party trust is for the asset protection. Pooled is basically, let's say you don't set it up a pool trust in the family, you set it up with other organizations. So for example, if Mohsen want to organize, they want to hire financial advisor, they want to have everything in place, or Amana Mutual, who's one of the person, they say that we will collectively sponsor Mohsen and we will have 100 families sponsoring, then you set it up a pool trust. For the family need, you set up a proper structure of living revocable trust. If it's a asset under both husband and wife, then we use A and B trust to transfer, and then special need trust to be beneficiary of that, and also able account to help day-to-day living expenses. Jazakallah khair. I really appreciate you coming. I hope and I pray for everybody's well-being with their family, and I hope and pray for all the kids who are going through all this scenario to be taken care of. One thing I did not share with you guys, the reason we start focusing on a special needs trust. One of our client we did estate planning. He's a retiree. The wife is a retiree. They only had 2 children. One was perfectly wonderful 29-year-old kid with 2 of his own kids and 1 daughter with a special needs. And they were traveling to Ocean City, and upon on Bay Bridge, the son have a sudden heart attack and passed away on the way there. So that was our first exposure of putting a special needs trust together for the daughter. So the husband and wife are taking care after their retirement, they're taking care of their grandchildren and a special need daughter to be handled. That's influenced me to learn more. And inshallah, I'm thinking about to get a specialized recognition specialty, a special consultant for special need trust, so we can be more valuable tool in the future for all our Muslim families, inshallah.
Jazakallah khair, brother Yasser, for
Jazakallah for your time. And I will share with Sister Moona, she can share with you.
thank you so much. Inshallah, I'll send everything out to everyone who registered. Inshallah.
Jazakallah. Jazakallah. Leaving out. Assalamu alaikum.